now it's normal. Now it's normal cake. I've got a question. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about tips and messages that I want to give to agents who are struggling in this business. Over the weekend on Sunday, I talked to one of my buyer agents. Been an agent for about a year and a half. I usually like to kind of catch up with my buyer agent, just see like how they're doing with my buyers and if they've come across with any obstacles along the way. I'm trying to guide them through like the hard times as much as I can. So I was talking to her. I've given her more than 10 buyer clients and she hasn't closed any transaction. I felt really bad. I told her, I said, like, what do you think the situation could be? Like, she's been following up really consistently. She's being really nice to every single one of the buyer. And I told her, I said, this is what you might need to do. You need to find two things about the buyer. One is, what's the motivation behind them buying, right? So she has a lead of a lady who's trying to buy out of state. And she's buying because her son works in Maryland. So I told her, I was like, well, you got to find out what the lady is doing. Does she currently have a home that she needs to sell her current home in order to buy the one in Philadelphia? Or is she currently renting? She needs to end her lease and move to Philly. If that's the case, ask her when the lease is ending. And she couldn't tell me the reason why. And then I also told her, I was like, well, figure out if she's currently living with the son and the daughter-in-law. Because if the parents are, then there might be some days where they could, you know, hopefully want to like separate. They don't want to live together. Maybe there's like family issues. And if that could be a motivation, that will increase the motivation that they want to move to Philadelphia, right? So these are the things that you really need to ask yourself and figure out. I'm not trying to say that you should be pushy, especially with buyer agent. You don't want to be pushy, but you want it to be the expert in the area that guiding them through. So if a good house come on the market, you need to be able to tell them like, hey, you got to put in an offer right away. Otherwise it's going to go in pending in 2 days. Instead of like wishy-washy, not sure, and you feel bad because then you think the client might think that you're too pushy. You know what I'm saying? So like these are the things you need to ask the question, control the conversation, and really like go deep of what the client really needs. And then the second thing that I find, if you're struggling, what you should do is to really take care of yourself, not just mentally, but also physically. You gotta dress sharp, you gotta wake up early in the morning. A couple days ago on the weekend when it was like rainy, it really does make it difficult for people to get out of bed. I used to do personal training first thing in the morning. That helps me so much with prospecting. So lately I haven't really been to the gym due to, you know, the circumstance, but I always like to get up, take a shower, put makeup on, and watch some motivational videos or do like a 10-minute stretching, or you know, just something physical to really get my body going. And I'll chug a big glass of water, and then I will log on to my Mojo and just look at my data and my leads, and then I'll look through the YouTube comment section to see if there's anything that I wanted to comment. So I developed a really nice, good morning routine for myself, and that get me going. It actually makes me really excited the night before to go to bed and wake up the next day. Like, I look forward to my morning routine. Okay, as I was saying, number 4 is to find a accountability partner if you can. Me and Steve have been calling together for 2.5 years. It's really insane. Like, I pretty much see him every day, Monday through Friday, and we will try to get time together, like first, you know, for like in the morning through cold calling, and then sometimes we'll prospect together. If we run into any issues, we would ask each other for like, how would you deal with it? So it's been a great success, honestly, and there are definitely going to be a couple days I will slack off if it weren't for him. So if you can, I would suggest you guys to find an accountability partner. I do have a link in my description box for my private Facebook group. A lot of people in there are interested about cold calling, so if you want to, you can find an accountability partner through my group. Number 5 is to set up a mindset and get very selfish with time. I have been doing a video talking about how much cold calling is making me, not just making me, but make you too. If imagine your average commission, let's say it's like $5,000, and you are just calling about 40 hours a week, right? And then your goal is to get 1 listing per week. So $5,000 divided by 40 hours, that is $125 per hour, and that's insane. So think about 1 hour that you're wasting in your life and you're doing whatever stuff, you're procrastinating. That 1 hour is equal to $125. So if you think about it that way, you're not gonna waste time doing other stuff rather than cold call. Okay, so last but not least, I will say is to find yourself a really good coach. Honestly, I am slowly fitting my role into being a real estate coach, and I'm really excited about it because I set up my channel. The goal is to help new real estate agents that just like me. 3 years ago, I've run into all sorts of problems when I was a new agent. So I have the first-hand information about the struggles, and I can relate with you guys so much. That's why I created my agent course. In my course, everything is so simple. It's so like hands-on, the issue that you're gonna face, and then I give you a solution. I don't have any like fancy terms or any fancy marketing stuff, because real estate is more of a sales job. It's more of you knowing the market and cold calling and the psychology behind sales. So that's kind of how I set my channel to be, how I set my course to be. And then as far as the coach, there are 2 different kind of coach. There are famous coach where they're training agents, they're doing really well on the coaching side, but they are no longer in the current active market of selling. So they might not understand, you know, when they were agent 20 years ago, the market versus right now is completely different. So that kind of shows you like the different coaches, the difference. If you can, I would suggest you to find yourself a real estate coach. If not, I will definitely take advantage of finding a great broker. Same thing with broker. If I'm picking a broker, I want a broker who is actively selling, or a broker who has a very good record of being the top sales agent prior. So they understand the process, they themselves do prospecting, or they are very good with a certain area that they can find exclusive listings, and they can teach you how to find those listings. And that will be the broker that I'm willing to work under, versus just either join a team or you join a broker who has not been a very successful agent to begin with, then they start to become a real estate broker. Like, I wouldn't choose those people. So here are, you know, the tips that I have for any of you guys are struggling. And if you like this type of video, make sure you comment down below, subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll